Hello, everybody. Tanisha here. I am coming to you guys with a bariatric video. And so I was initially going to re-record these videos because they were recorded right before I had a weight loss surgery. And I was supposed to put them up as I was losing weight, but everything happened so fast. And honestly, guys, I just been out here living. So I decided to go ahead and put the videos up. But I wanted to go ahead and put this introduction in because what I don't want is for you guys to be like, dang, she was just small and now she's back. No, I'm still here. I'm still going strong. But I hope this information helps anybody who is considering this option to help them lose weight. Okay? I'm going to be honest and transparent in my journey, and I hope this information blesses you. Stay tuned. With hypothyroidism. Okay, so let's get into it. Today we're talking about sleep study. So depending on who you go to for cash pay, you may or may not have to get a sleep study done. Mine required a sleep study for everybody and cardiac clearance for everybody. And I'm glad that they did. So the way that they do it is with the sleep study, they have a company that mails the sleep study to you. You do the sleep study at the house and then you send it back to them. They send the results to the doctor. The people call you, tell you what your results are. Then they order your CPAP machine if you need to do it. Process sounds simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The one thing that I did not do though is I didn't check to see if that company was in network. I remember her kind of mentioning something about my insurance, the person I talked to from the sleep services company. But when I went to go look them up, they were not in my network. So everything that we paid out of pocket does not go towards anything that we need deductible wise. So in essence, to me, it's a waste of money. Don't get it twisted. The test is done. I'm glad. But if that money goes towards your deductible, in case something happens in the future or any part of the surgery to be covered, you want to meet that. I had some issues with the sleep services company, not them particularly, but the communication between my surgeon's office and the sleep services company. Apparently the person who sells basically the connection, or who made that connection, he's a salesperson. So they had that number and they kept giving me that number saying, this is the person this is the sleep services number. But it was like a Google number. That freaked me out because I don't play them kind of games, okay, about my health. So then I was finally after waiting 2 or 3 days, I was like, let me call them and email them. So I did both because I stay on top of my stuff because I don't play no games about my life, okay? And somebody got back with me with the correct number to the sleep services people, and I was able to move forward and get my study. And so it turns out that that's their local consultant, basically. He's local, who deals with any issues that you may arise, like customer service, but for the surgery center, not for me. And they were like, well, no, he's customer service. This is who you talk to. Well, no, not for me. That's for y'all, if y'all have issues. So once I got that information, I felt so much better. The study took maybe 2 days. They do it priority mail, and they were based in Cali, I believe. So it took about 3 days to get here. And then I did my study while my husband was out of town. And then I sent it back while he was out of town. And then by that Monday, they had it. They had my results processed and sent by that Tuesday or Wednesday from there, from them to my doctor's office. Okay, so bariatric log. I feel like I'm on Star Trek. I just wanted to insert a little clip of me with the sleep study. I need to wipe my teeth. Okay, so this is my sleep study contraption. Note to anybody doing this, braid your hair down if you have natural hair, or if you have a big head like me. It just makes things easier. And I hope I have this on right. It will tell me if it's not on right. So I think you're supposed to click a little button.
Recorder has been turned on. Lie on your back, look at the ceiling, and do not move.
Okay, that's my instructions. Let me do what it said. Okay, so it's on. And yeah, supposed to be very still. And then it said something like, I'll record it when I do it again tomorrow, so I'll do it 2 nights. And so there.
let this process begin. Let's hope I don't have sleep apnea. I don't have to deal with no machine. And all will be well when the results get in. All right. Good night.
So I did find out that I do have sleep apnea. I didn't even know what that was or what to do about it. I've heard of those little machines. I've seen them, but I've never had to come in contact with them. Even when I worked like in a nursing home, it's nothing I ever dealt with, so I didn't know what that was or how to really deal with that. So I had them sit on the phone with me and explain, what is this? What does that mean for me? What does that pertain to with weight loss? Will it go away? And all those things. And everybody has been very accommodating, very helpful, giving me good insight and education, which makes me feel good. So when you do have sleep apnea, you cannot get your surgery done until you have that machine in your hand. You can't even schedule surgery. I just assumed that the hospital would have one that they would just let you use or borrow or something, but I guess I'm not sure if that was something they did before, maybe, because as far as I'm thinking, it's probably like a little contraption that they can just give to you, like, right? Like a regular mask, right? They just pop them things up and rip the seal off of them and stick them on the thing at the same thing, and then boom, it's yours, right? Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know, because I never had a machine. So we'll see. But my machine is supposed to be on the way. So once I get that, then the date will be set up for surgery, because they do not set up that date without the machine in hand, which I'm grateful for. Apparently, if you do not have your machine and you go into surgery, it can lead to pulmonary embolisms and all sorts of things that you do not want. And in one of the groups that I did eventually join, that literally just happened to somebody in her family. And I was like, wow, my doctor had just told me that. And then I go online not even 20 minutes later and it happened to somebody. And so it's nothing to play with. This person had undiagnosed sleep apnea. And I'm really excited, guys. Again, the process at home was simple. You just popped it on. The only frustration I had with it was that you couldn't get comfortable, because every time you moved or switched, it was saying that it was moving and all that stuff. And my only other tip would be, if you have a big head like me, because you guys know during my wig review days, I let y'all know my head is big, honey. I'm wearing Celtic Girl right now. I'll probably put a card for that, because I reviewed a video like this, a wig like this a while back. And so, yeah, if you have a big head like me and big hair like me, braid your hair all the way down as finely as possible, because that contraption only goes around so much. So yeah, that's my only tip. But that's it, guys. I hope this video was very informative to you on the sleep study process. And most importantly, guys, take it seriously, because yeah, life or death, right? You don't want to be contributing to something that's going to be detrimental to your overall health, and you don't want to be stubborn about it. Now that I have looked into it, I'm seeing people say silly stuff like, well, they say I have it, but my doctor said I probably don't even need the machine because I'm gonna lose weight. I think you need to go ahead and get it, okay? Let's just go ahead and get it. Let's move forward and then go from there. So, but make sure whoever you get your machine from is in network. Also, we want to keep the costs low, okay? All right, guys. So I hope that you enjoyed that video. There will be more coming. So you're going to see me in all different sizes, but the content is important. And I thought it was important to let me speak from where I was then. A couple of things that I noticed, even just watching those videos, is how I breathe when I'm talking. You don't hear me wheezing and stuff anymore. I used to have to talk extra loud to try to overtalk my wheezing, and I was so uncomfortable and so unhappy. But God is a healer, and I'm so glad that I can look back on that footage, and I'm so glad I didn't delete it, and that I'm able to share it with somebody to help them, but that it's helping me by rewatching it and growing. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to live holy, to love graciously, and to laugh often.